think we're back. Oh, we were without audio for a bit after our glitch.
Got a shoebox scoreboard update in the Baldwin-Woodville-Platteville game. It's now 30-13 Baldwin-Woodville, 9:40 to go in the second quarter. And Darlington is leading Fenimore 14-0 in the second quarter. Cashton 21, Blackhawk Warren 14 in the second quarter.
All right. Broadcast brought to you by Bouse Electric. Call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher at Bouse Electric, Lancaster and Fenimore. Lancaster Dental Associates and Fenimore Smiles. Get the smile you want with the help you deserve. Learn more at lankdent.com. And we're back to a second and goal from the 3 for the Blue Jays, and it'll be a quarterback keeper. Hart's rolling left, throwing left, has a man that is shoe tops, reaches down to try to secure the catch and couldn't do it. He was double covered. The ball was thrown the right side of the defenders, but a little bit low for the intended receiver.
Looking out there for Malik, and like I said, he put it way down too low, and two Potosi defenders were over there close.
It didn't make it easy for Malik in front of the end zone. So line up again now, third and goal from the 3. Two receivers near side. There's the snap, and it's a keeper, and it'll be stopped shy of the goal line as Hartz gets down to looks like the 1 or 2. 2:04 and ticking.
Well, they know they have somebody who can kick the ball who could do it, but let's face it, they need 6. They don't need 3.
Fourth and goal from the 1. Chieftains looking for a goal line stand. Minute 45 and ticking first half. Potosi 18, Johnson Creek nothing.
And we're going to see another timeout coming.
Broadcast brought to you by Subs.com. Fuel your fitness journey with a wide selection of products from a locally owned company. Visit their Fenimore, Dubuque, and Platteville locations and at Subs.com. People State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their convenient area locations or peoplesfinancial.com, member FDIC. Pink's Automotive in Lancaster and Good News Garage in Platteville. They have certified technicians, equipment, and experience to keep your vehicle in top running condition. Staying out of trouble, Wally? Broadcast brought to you by Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Called Gary's Pest Control, over 40 years of professional friendly service.
They're not running out, so I think you're okay.
Oh, all right. So somebody's ride's parked out front.
Well, you know, police have got to check on these things. Maybe they wanted to know the score of the game. They're driving around, so they can't listen to the game on the radio. We're too far away.
Call up our app.
Well, that's true. He could get the app put it on his phone.
Superhits106.com, yeah. Apps for your Apple and Android powered phones. All right, here we go. Big fourth and goal from the 1. 90 seconds to go first half. 18th Potosi, I formation behind. Actually, it's Hartz lining up to the third man through. He will go in. He was kind of lined up in a fullback spot and got the snap and goes in for the score. In Northland Buildings touchdown with 1:26 to go. Not sure I've seen a play like that.
That's pretty close to the old Oosgaard stacked eye.
Well, I got all excited when I saw 3 backs lined up like that, but the direct snap to the quarterback in the fullback position is what caught Potosi off guard too, I guess. So 1 yard run for Hartz.
They're setting up to kick the ball.
And they're looking for the extra point. Hayden Wagner is the extra point kicker. The lines are down. The snap is down. The kick is up, and it is good by plenty. So the extra point. Goodbye, Wagner. So 18-7 now your score. Potosi Cassville leading, 126 to go in the first half, and I'm not sure where we're at on breaks, so we're going to keep it right here so I don't get stuck in a long one while the end of the second quarter happens.
That happens once in a while.
Sometimes you'll get caught. We've had our share of issues already tonight, for crying out loud. Broadcast brought to you by Mountain City Bank's Total Line of Credit. Use the equity in your home to the things that you want. Stop into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Learn more at mountaincitybank.com. By Moonstown Pump of Cassville. Moonstown Pump serving the little river town of Cassville, Wisconsin with their elevated pub food and beverages. Moonstown Pump, Cassville. At Community First Bank, the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com. Member FDIC. R.G. Osterhaus, Wally Troughton with you from Johnson Crick High School. It's Glover Field, and the Blue Jays, the home team. The ensuing kickoff after their first score of the game will be downed on the pickup at the 26-yard line by the Potosi Cassville squad. I almost called them chieftains, but they go mascotless.
Well, how do you tie chieftain and comet together?
Well, there's been a lot of discussions, and they haven't succeeded at it yet.
Well, you know that Spangler and I came up with a name, but I don't think anyone likes it.
Well, I thought they should be the cavemen and the cavewomen after the local heritage. 1st and 10 from the 25. My opinion doesn't matter either, though. That hasn't changed. Run up the middle goes for naught as Ben Wagner, the defensive tackle, on the stop for the Blue Jays.
It was River Sar trying to run in there, and he got nothing. He lost two.
2nd and 12 from the 23. The league on the stop of Sar, receiver to the far side for Potosi Cassville. Wide side, the near side of the field by a little bit. Edge takes the snap and the handoff coming near side. White tries to turn the corner. Flags all over the place as a UN meeting breaks out. Pink's penalties abound, and this play is probably coming back.
Oh yeah, coming back a long ways. And the Johnson Crick coaches are out here saying, take the penalty, take the penalty, take the penalty.
Holding on Potosi Cassville. Broadcast brought to you by J&J Sandbar Cassville. Proud to back the Potosi Cassville squad. Celebrate your next get-together. Bring the crew great buffets all the time at J&J Sandbar in Cassville. It's been far too long since I've been to J&J's.
We have some Shrine Club meetings there every once in a while. Never disappointed.
No. Broadcast brought to you by Southwest Health. Over 24 specialty services and over 50 specialists. You can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Potosi Cassville up to the line, 43 seconds to go, first half, leading 18-7. And they're 2nd and 22 from their own 13.
The clock won't start until the snap after the penalty. Well, I guess there it is.
Well, the official starts it. Edge the snap, handoff, left side. I believe that was Sar, based on the way the pile moved up across the 20-yard line.
Taken from the 13-yard line up to the 21, so it's a 8-yard gain.
Robbie and Malik on the stop for Johnson Crick. 8-yard pickup, 3rd and 14. Ball's at the 21-yard line.
And I think
they're
going
to let it tick down to, sorry, I stole your thunder there. We're at the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, we're
it
done.
happened. The shoebox scoreboard showing Potosi Cassville 18 and Johnson Crick 7. Our McNutt Electric halftime report is around the corner. We'll select our Millie's Diner halftime fix. And check out the shoebox scoreboard too, as there's a lot to talk about tonight. 18-7 here, Potosi Cassville leading Johnson Crick. Back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Broadcast brought to you by Granny Electric Platteville, specializing in residential, agricultural, commercial wiring, and more. New construction, repairs, maintenance, all that stuff. Count on Granny Electric to make your electrical concerns go away. By Lely Center of Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson at Lely Center Monroe. Halftime at Johnson Crick, it's the Potosi Cassville squad 18, Johnson Crick 7. We're back after this in Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Welcome back to Johnson Crick, and well, I have an announcement. You heard about Little Mania Wrestling just now.
Yes.
I'm making my debut this Sunday as a special guest referee at that event.
Oh, referee.
Yeah.
So you're not going on the mat other than that?
No, it's mini wrestling.
Well, compared to a lot of professional wrestlers, you're a mini.
No, I got the invite this week, so I'll be the special guest referee for the Battle Royal.
For the Battle Royal, no less.
Yeah. Whoa. It's kind of moving to the top slot when you walk in the door.
Well, let's put it this way. It's the idea that you're finally getting a chance to be on a wrestling mat in that manner, and they don't start you at the bottom.
No.
It's impressive, isn't it?
A lot of people be looking up to me, I think.
Well, especially when they're sitting in the seats below you.
Just get to stand in the ring. Looking forward to being in the ring. Broadcast brought to you by Cruising Kids, Walkers in Lancaster. Don't forget to shop local this holiday season. There's no place better to keep your dollars local and keep your loved ones happy with gifts from Cruising Kids and Walkers in Lancaster. It is halftime, and therefore we bring you the McNett Electric halftime report.
Oh, we'll get a charge out of that. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Somebody had to do it.
Well, it was just hanging out there.
Yes. Yeah. For all electrical needs, call Mentat Electric of Belmont. You get a charge out of that.
That's right.
It is 18-7 Potosi Cassville leading.
I'm taking that's a positive charge.
Johnson Creek. Well, yeah, that's a positive charge. Good gravy.
Well, it's, you know, you got to try to keep it light here.
You know, nice. All right, lost my flashlight because my hands are getting cold, but I can see this right now in the light. Johnson Creek got the opening kickoff, and before getting a first down, they ended up punting it away. Take it back. Potosi Cassville got the opening kickoff. So this one.
They didn't punt it.
They didn't punt it. No. They had the opening drive of the ball game, and they went 2, 4, 6, 8 plays, and 58 yards, capped off by a 28-yard touchdown run by River Sar. The extra point failed, making it 6-0 Potosi Cassville. Johnson Creek would have their second 3-and-out. Punting it away, setting up the second Potosi Cassville score, which was, again, starting at their own 42. This time, it was Hunter White's turn to go 31 yards from the touchdown run. The 2-point conversion failed. That was 2, 4, 6, 7 plays and 58 yards. And Potosi Cassville up 12-0. Score sheet's a bit of a yard sale. I apologize, trying to get our Friend for Life, the YouTube channel, fixed there, which we got. Thank you for your patience. Potosi Cassville got the ball back, their third possession of the game, from their own 9. This time they went 8 plays and 91 yards, capped off by a 35-yard touchdown pass from Edge to White. The 2-point conversion failed again, so the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club points after have not been a positive thing for Potosi Cassville tonight, but they did lead 18-0 then with 10:05 to play in the first half. Johnson Creek went 3-and-out. Potosi Cassville went 3-and-out also on their next possession as Johnson Creek set up their most successful drive of the ball game from their own 27. They went to 4, 6, 8, 10, about 12 plays. Capped off by a quarterback keeper by Hartz, the quarterback. And they lined up in a stacked I formation, it looked like, and Hartz was lined up in the fullback spot, that second slot. Got the snap and ran up the middle with it to make the score 18-6. Aiden Wagner added the extra point kick to make it 18-7, and that's our halftime score. So Potosi Cassville outscores Johnson Creek 12-0 in quarter number 2. In quarter number 1, quarter number 2, Johnson Creek outscores Cassville 7-6, 18-7. Your halftime score. I don't know if you had a chance to take numbers any better than I had a chance to give a drive chart in the first half.
Well, I do have some numbers.
Okay,
well, let's start with Johnson Creek. They haven't had a great offensive success except for really one play. And that was a 45-yard run that set up the touchdown for Luke Hartz. But rushing the football, Johnson Creek only had 66 yards in that first half. And they put the ball up in the air 6 times, completed 4 for just 15 yards. So they only have 81 yards here in the first half of offense. And 40 of that was on one play. So, you know, they've really struggled. Potosi's moved the ball fairly well. They've rushed the ball for 150 yards, and they've got, 24 rushing plays in that time. Riverside really taking the star of it with 93 yards. Aaron Edges put the ball up in the air 4 times, completed 2, and that's for a total of 43 yards. So, I mean, offensively, Potosi has dominated the game. It shows it more in the stats than it does on the scoreboard, because they could have been up by more based on the yardage that they've accumulated. But again, they have to give some credit to Johnson Creek, and their defense has picked it up a lot more as we got into that second quarter. And a couple of timeouts and having some discussions with the players, made some changes, and they played better.
Well, it comes to our halftime picks presented by Millie's Diner in Dickeyville. It's confident to see what they're fixing at Millie's Diner. And Johnson Creek already made that fix. They might have had a little appetizer before halftime when they made that adjustment, and have that last possession was a good one.
I think they did some adjusting on the defensive line as to where they're lining up, and kind of adjusted maybe with where their linebackers are a little bit, because you've seen a little bit. It's been a little harder for River Sauer and his fullback trap, and they've been able to kind of half corral Hunter White on his sweep. But that's only 2 plays. There's still, that's what we've seen since they started making some changes. I think though that for Johnson Creek, they need to find more on offense. And they need some consistency. Really, they only had the 1 play that was anything that was really any good. And we'll have to see if they can figure out a way that they can kind of thwart the Potosi Cassville defense. Potosi Cassville has to maintain their blocks better. They started getting a little lackadaisical into that second quarter, and they need to kind of keep going on that. I mean, this is a very, very fine team, and they need to demonstrate it to themselves throughout the entire game. I think that's the biggest thing, is just don't lose sight of what you've started. Keep it going.
Your halftime picks, presented by Wally Troughton and sponsored by Millie's Diner in Dickeyville.
One of the things I'm seeing right now that I like, all the big linemen are out in the middle of a circle leading Cals. Kind of the warm up to get into the second half. I like seeing that because it's sometimes the big linemen don't always get the leadership roles but that they deserve, and there we're seeing it.
That's kind of the captain's role typically on most teams, is it not?
It is, but quite often they're not the big lineman up front. Quite often somebody is in another position, but it all depends on how each team does it. Some teams don't do anything as far as captains except, for the pregame to come out on the field, and they rotate it. They don't necessarily name a true team captain until you get to the end of the year, depending on the team. Each coach, each team does it a little bit different, but you have the natural leaders. They're the ones that really are the ones that step forward. And it's interesting with this team. I think one of the leaders, unfortunately, is not on the field, and that being Frederick. I think he's one of the leaders on the team, but at the same token, you got to come back and you take a look at some of these other guys. Aaron Age has shown a lot of leadership, so is Hunter White. I mean, quite a few of the other guys you see out there playing. And again, you got a couple of those linemen that have been out there and trying to get everybody else fired up type things.
In terms of that halftime report, and time to check out our shoebox scoreboard, the Shoebox in Black Earth, largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. They've gone final in Hilbert. And Seneca Wazika Steuben season comes to an end, 22-20.
Oofta.
Yep. Voted. Excellent season they had, battled at the top of the Six Rivers Conference week after week. But they lose on the road. Sometimes tough to make those long road trips even when you are a good team. But I didn't see how it played out. They just hadn't really started tonight. That's why it's over already. They got going at 6 o'clock. But yeah, good season for Wazika Steuben, or Seneca Wazika Steuben, but comes to an end tonight in Hilbert. Elsewhere, Baldwin Woodville leads Platteville 4:17 to go in the second, 46-13. And on AM 1590 WPVL, we have halftime, Darlington leading Fenimore 21-0. Cashton at the half leading Blackhawk Warren 28-14.
Cashton's a team that's really improved during the year. They started out the year struggling a little bit, but
well, that's where too. Sometimes you look at the seeding and we see the Six Rivers. We like the Six Rivers. We respect the teams in the Six Rivers, but the way I've described them this year, kind of looking solid and maybe not spectacular. You don't always need to be spectacular to be a great team either.
No.
But you need to get the job done. This Potosi team, I don't know, they're probably as close to spectacular in terms of offense as I've seen of any of the Six Rivers teams. Of what I've seen, and I haven't seen a game every week, but I've seen all the teams, I feel like. But no, Blackhawk Warren, and part of it is having those common opponents, and when you have game film with a team scouting you, those teams, when you're playing a team like River Ridge in the first round, who sees everything that you know, they know how to stop you or know what they have to do to stop you, whether they can do it or not.
Right.
And they essentially did for the most part in an 8-6 ball game. That's the danger too. You lay the groundwork to have somebody else go in and do the exact same thing.
One of the things, like with this Potosi Cassville team, the biggest thing about them is they're consistent. Really, you don't see real highs, lows, or any of that kind of thing. They're just consistent, and they just go out and they play hard all the way through the game. They've had a little
Isn't
bit
that
of
what you want as a coach, though? You want
what you're
when
after.
you know what you're going to get out of a player because they bring the same thing to the table every day, assuming it's a positive, of course.
Of course.
But yeah, that's.
But I think that's a big part of it for Potosi Cassville. They do what they do, and they do it well.
Sure.
You know, they don't run that many plays, but every play they run, they've done that so many times in practice, it's like just normal. You almost can sleep doing it. It's that kind of a thing. And I'm happy for them. I'm happy for really everyone in the communities there to be able to enjoy this group of kids.
And they've got one of the best things going for you as a team, and that's almost every week you're on the right side of the win-loss column. We're set for kickoff to start quarter number 3, 18-7. Potosi Cassville leading Johnson Crick. RJ Osterhaus, Wally Troutman with you. End over end kick. The Chieftains taken inside the 20-yard line across the 20-25. Now going to be shy of the 30 on the return attempt. As, let me see here. That was Owen Purnett.
Owen Purnett returns the second half kick to the Blue Jays 29.
It is Purnett.
You know, it's one of the things that you don't think about. You don't think of how fast Potosi is. But that was a case where they ran him down. And he's one of their good backs.
So, Johnson Crick now 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Start the second half. And Luke Hartz on the shotgun. And he will follow Blakely's lead right side. Cuts inside. We'll get positive yards and now a first down. He's across midfield and into Potosi Cassville territory at the 45-yard line.
Luke Hartz on the carry. Close to the bounds by Riverside.
Looks like they're going to mark that right at the 50-yard line.
Oh, not a great spot, but it'll be a pickup 21 yards anyhow.
Well, that's the same play that he had the big long 45-yarder earlier.
Gain of 21 reporting.
Well, that's to a degree what football is. You keep running something down somebody's throat until they can't stop it, right?
You know, you found something that works, work it.
Stick with it. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Hartz, this time hands off to Blakely. He'll get a first down carry to the 40, and that play opens that up.
And they're marking it, looks like just a little bit short.
2nd and 1 at the 41 of Potosi Cassville. They're an edge in the stop for Potosi Cassville, 18-7. Potosi Cassville leading. Johnson Creek, who's driving here on the opening possession of the second half, and that handoff gets a yard pickup. Needed one and got one. I think that's going to be a first down for Johnson Creek.
Yes, it is.
Tackled by Ben Infield.
Owen Purnett was the ball carrier. Needed one, got 2. 1st and 10 from the 39. Blue Jays 2 receivers near side. Hartz out of the shotgun again, and Blakely to his right. And the snap's going to be to Hartz, who throws ahead, has his man, it's going to be incomplete. There was double coverage down there, but he tried to get Evan Malig, big 6'4" target out there, but he couldn't reel it in. Good defensive pressure there by Potosi Cassville.
Well, you had three ball players went up for the ball at the same time, and the two that had white jerseys on knocked the ball away.
Second and 10 from the 29 for the Blue Jays. And the keeper by Hartz. He'll get inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. He was stopped up on the play by Reed Weber.
And again, that's one of the things that they need to do is to kind of work themselves around, faking it to different people, and let your best ball carrier carry it.
3rd and 5 at the 34. And there's a handoff middle for a first down, and a rugby scrum is broken out. There's Blakely on the carry, and so everybody got up all right. For a while, I wasn't sure that was going to be the case.
Well, it's just a matter of getting everyone on piled. Taking a look to see if he's got a first down, they're going to bring the chains out.
All right, so we will see. Our broadcast brought to you by Mound City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to the things that you want. Stop into Mound City Bank to apply for subject to approval. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Learn more at moundcitybank.com. By Moonstown Pump of Cassville. Moonstown Pump serving the little river town of Cassville, Wisconsin with their elevated pub and food and beverages. Moonstown Pump of Cassville. And it's going to be a first down Blue Jays at the 29-yard line. Needed 5, got 5. 10:19 to go third quarter. Potosi, Cassville 18, Johnson Crick 7. Blue Jays crowd starting to make some noise for the first time collectively tonight. Since their touchdown, it's been quiet for the most part. Back to pass, Hart throws left side, has a man ball, it's going to be in and out of the hands. Looking for the over-the-shoulder catch was Pernett. And he's going to see that ball in his sleep.
Just one of those things that tough catch, because you're trying to look directly behind you to see the ball to catch it to bring it in, and so that's tough initially, and unfortunately for Pernett, it couldn't do it.
Blue Jays moving around offensively, 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Hartz and Blakely in the backfield. Blakely to the left of Hartz, who takes the snap, and the handoff to Blakely up the middle, and he will get yardage down to about the 25. It will be 3rd and 6 at the 25 after Riverside stops Blakely. Broadcast brought to you by Community First Bank. The communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side for the Blue Jays. Johnson Crick. And there's going to be a quarterback keeper, and he will get a yard or 2.
Looks like they're going to give him about a yard on that. But that puts him down 4th with a little ways to go yet.
4th and about 5. White in the stop. Ball's at the 24-yard line. Potosi Cassville crowd making some noise. My hands are getting too cold to hold the flashlight. Hartz takes the snap, looks right, throws right, has a man in the flat ball, caught, shakes the defender. First down and more for Evan Malig, and he'll be tackled inside the 10-yard line on a big pickup on 4th and 5 for the Blue Jays.
Looks like they're marking that all the way down to the 10, so that would be 15 yards on that catch.
Into the Bitech green zone, a green away, Bitech Resource Management of Monroe. First and 10 from the 10.
Must be, it's just short of the 10 because they've got the stakes out.
2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Hartz takes the snap. He's going to Hustle to the left side, tries to get behind a blocker, and he makes two Chief Potosi Cassville players miss, but the third one nabs him for maybe a loss in the play.
Looks like he's right
Back to the line.
Pretty close to no gain.
No gain on the play.
So 2nd and 10 from the 10.
Goodness. They've got their plays all written down on a little sleeve that's on their wrist. So they're calling out something, and then they got the play.
Wide side, the far side of the field, 2 receivers there for Hartz, 1 to the near side. Hartz takes the snap, takes the handoff, rolls right, throws right, looking for that same play on the right flat. The intended receiver was Malig, and he could not catch the football. There on the coverage was Reed Weber.
Pretty good coverage out there on that one, and again, not a bad pass.
So 3rd and 10. They have not moved since getting to the 10.
But Johnson Crick keeps coming back to the plays that have worked for him. And we both see it with the quarterback going real wide, running the ball, particularly to the right, and that same pass play back over to the right.
2 receivers far side. That's the wide side of the field. Hartz takes the snap, rolling right, throwing over the middle as he's hit to the end zone for a Northland Buildings touchdown. He connects with Aiden Smith, and things just tightened up here in Johnson Crick.
That's to Aiden Smith in the end zone.
Gain of 10 on the scoring play.
So Hartz to Smith for the Northland Buildings touchdown. Makes it 18-13. Potosi Cassville still with the lead. They're going to line up for a Point and Flush Sportsman's Club 2-point conversion try. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Blakely to the left of Hartz in the backfield, out of the shotgun. Hartz gets the snap, drops straight back, throws right, has a man, ball caught, and does he get the end zone? He does. 2-point conversion pass to Owen Purnett. So 2-point pass, Hartz to Purnett. And the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club 2-point conversion makes it 18-15. Potosi Cassville's lead down to 3. After the great drive to start the second half for Johnson Crick. Our broadcast brought to you by J&J Sandbar in Cassville. Proud to back Potosi Cassville football. Celebrate your next get-together at J&J's in Cassville. And Southwest Health has over 24 specialty services, more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. And the Potosi Cassville lead trimmed to 3, 18-15 on the shoebox scoreboard. Elsewhere on that scoreboard at the half, Baldwin Woodville leading Platteville 46-13. The only update I see.
One of the things you see that it's very difficult for teams that travel a long distance to be able to win a game.
Squibb outside attempt, and it's going to be recovered by the Blue Jays. I thought Potosi Cassville had one of their hands team with hands on it, but could not hang on, and the onside is recovered by A.J. Whitehouse.
A.J. Whitehouse recovers the onside kick at the Potosi Cassville 45-yard line.
So the onside kick.
First and 10 Blue Jays.
And the Blue Jays, with 7:38 to go in the third, back on offense in Potosi Cassville territory at the 45.
That's a kickoff, onside kick play that I hadn't seen in a while.
Hartz running the far side, gets a block from Blakely, cuts it upfield, first down and more, and he is not going to be touched. It's a Northland Buildings touchdown. And Potosi Cassville hopes that's not a tri-core turning point in this one. Boy, he turned the Jets on that time, Wally.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if Riverside isn't catching you, You're moving.
So just like that, 21-18. Blue Jays leading Potosi Cassville. With 7:28 to go, third quarter. And they're lining up for an extra point kick. Point and flush extra point, Hayden Wagner. Set to kick, line is down, snap is up, and Wagner's kick is plenty true.
The point at the touchdown by Hayden Wagner is good.
22-18. Johnson Creek leads Potosi Cassville. Back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The ensuing kickoff returned by Potosi Cassville. Darius Tate out to the 33-yard line, where Potosi Cassville trailing for the first time in this one, trying to answer.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, this is where you find out what kind of a team are you. You know, you were doing well, sailing along, and then all of a sudden, something bad happened. Now how do you respond?
First and 10, Potosi Cassville from their own 33. Aaron Edge under center takes the snap, and the handoff goes up the middle. River Saar across the 40 to the, across the 35 to the 38-yard line. Pickup of 5, second and 5.
And this is a case where all of a sudden some of those things that you've been practicing but haven't been using, you might just start bringing them in here.
Yeah, 22-18, Johnson Creek. Receiver to the far side. Edge the handoff left, River Saar, first down, Carey and more. He's got some room to run, and I'm not sure he saw how much room that he had, or he's just one of those guys that seeks out defenders to play a little hurt. It's a first down into Johnson Creek territory at the 35, at the 45-yard line.
Well, that gives him 17 yards on that run. No, you weren't expecting this necessarily. We could end up in a shootout.
Yep. Receiver to the near side and slot left, split backfield. Edge takes the snap, and the handoff goes up the middle. And not for a lot, as the Blue Jays' interior defensive line puts an early halt to the carry of Saar.
Yeah, they're making it, marking it no gain. All that was a straight fullback dive, and really wasn't a lot there.
Second and 10 at the Blue Jays 45. Broadcast brought to you by Cruising Kids and Walkers in Lancaster. Shop local this holiday season and get great gifts for your loved ones at Cruising Kids and Walkers in Lancaster. Second and 10 from the 45 of Johnson Creek. Receivers left and right. Handoff goes to White left side, trying to turn the corner, and does. Has a first down and more. He's got the far sideline, a man to beat, and a Northland Buildings touchdown for White.
No flags.
Hunter White from 45 yards out, and Potosi Cassville reclaims the lead.
Like I said, my pen's are gonna get wore out of ink at this rate.
Well, they might freeze coming up here too. It's not getting any warmer up here. So 45 yards the run for Hunter White. And Potosi Cassville up 24-22 and looking for the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club of Potosi points after touchdown, or points after touchdown. How are they going to play it? They're going for the singular points after touchdown. The lines are down, the snap is down, the kick is up, and it's blocked again. So for the fourth time, Potosi Cassville denied points after touchdown. They lead it 24-22 with 5:49 to go, quarter number 3, and we'll keep it right here. Again, we've got a back and forth contest suddenly as the complexion of this game really changed here in the third quarter.
The difference that I've seen really is the fact that Potosi's doing it with multiple offense, using a lot of different plays. Where Johnson Creek, they've really done this, really only maybe three different actual type plays that they've run. One is the quarterback going wide, and the other one has been the pass. And beyond that, they have had very little success. It's just a matter of Potosi Cassville learning how to shut that down for them.
Set up to the ensuing kickoff here. Broadcast brought to you by Yalby Tubing. When you're ready for the ultimate tubing adventure, Yalby Tubing on the Grand River is the #1 tubing experience in Wisconsin. Plan your next adventure at yalbytubing.com. It's been a long time since I've done that. Be a cold night for that tonight. End over end kick for Potosi Cassville, taken, bobbled actually by Pernett at around the 15. Now he will get through the defenders and still on his feet, trying to cut across the field, and finally brought down at the 36-yard line. Still wants to run some, but tackle ultimately made by Darius Tate.
Darius Tate, we don't very often get to mention his name a lot, but we have all of a sudden tonight.
So Johnson Creek with 5:34 to go in the third quarter, trailing 24-22, 1st and 10 from the 37. Hartz takes the snap, handoff up the middle, and room to run for a first down and more for Owen Blakely. He's got midfield, and the chains move on the Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down.
That's 13 yards on that run.
Wide side, far side of the field for Johnson Creek. Two receivers over there, Smith and Pernett. One receiver to the near side, I think that's A.J. Whitehouse. And then out of the shotgun, Hartz takes the snap, handoff Blakely, going the same play. He's across midfield and down to the 47 in Potosi Cassville territory.
Owen Blakely on the carry. Tackled by Isaac Adams.
What they're doing is it's the same play they're running over again, and it's a matter of how stuffed up does it get on the inside. And the more bottled up it gets, he's able to bounce to the outside a little bit to gain that opening.
Two receivers far side, one to the near side again. Again, Blakey to the left this time of Hartz. Hartz takes the snap and keeps it. A fumbled football. Potosi Cassville says they have it. And it's a Lancaster Dental Fenimore Smiles turnover. Potosi Cassville. Fumble recovery made by Ben Infield. So 4:27 to go on what's been an ambitious third quarter. Potosi Cassville takes over at their own 49-yard line.
And this is where their offense has to take charge again.
Receivers left and right, and an offset split backfield behind Aaron Edge. He'll drop straight back to pass, looking over the middle, has a man wide open, the ball is caught. That's Hunter White, and it's a Northland Buildings touchdown on the first play from scrimmage.
49 yards.
51 yards on the scoring play.
Or 51, excuse me.
Yeah, from their own territory. So 51 yards the touchdown pass from Edge to White. An excellent run after the catch, too, by White. He found himself awfully open. And now they'll work on the points after 30-22. Potosi, Cassville, probably see if they can. No, they're not. They're going to try for two here. I formation behind Edge. He will pitch to the tailback. That's White trying to get the corner, and he does for a two-point conversion. The point and flush Sportsman's Club 2-point run by White.
The two-point conversion is good.
So after that touchdown, a two-point conversion, 32-22. Potosi, Cassville out in front of Johnson Creek. And we'll be back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Potosi, Cassville touchdown and two-point conversion. The ensuing kickoff sees Johnson Creek make it out to midfield, but a flag down on the return by Owen Pernett.
Owen Pernett returns the kick to the Potosi Cassville 49-yard line.
That's in the area of holding on the return team.
They're saying that hold, apparently, assuming that's what it is, took place at the 41-yard line of Johnson Creek.
Broadcast brought to you by the Laley Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Laley Center Monroe. By Granny Electric. In Platteville, specializing in residential, agricultural, and commercial wiring. For new construction, repairs, or maintenance, count on Granny Electric to make your electrical concerns go away.
Hey, I gave Vince one of his first jobs.
Oh yeah?
Oh, I was glad to have him. He was a fine quarterback in high school.
Ah.
Now he's trying to get his quarters back.
Ah, wow.
I got it. Well, it's Vince. I got to pick
we're on the roof. Careful, I'll jump. Don't think I won't do it. 1st and 10. 1st and 10 from the 32. Johnson Creek zone, dropping straight back to pass. Wounded duck to the 50-yard line, falls short of the intended target.
A lot of pressure on him on that one. Looking for Hayden Wagner, but yeah, you got to get it there.
A lot of Marshland area hunters over here taking aim after that one. 2nd and 10 from the 32.
Reminds me of a former Viking quarterback, Joe Kapp. That's how the ball looked when it came out of his hand, like a wooden duck.
32-22, Potosi Cassville leading Johnson Creek after a little back and forth here in the 3rd. And now a run up the middle. That's Blakey who's going to hammer his way ahead, just shy of a first down to the 40-yard line for the Blue Jays.
It ends up being a gain of 8 yards.
3rd and 2 from the 40.
Tackled by Aaron Edge. Good of 9 on the play.
2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Blakey to the right of Hartz, the Blue Jay quarterback, and Hart's going to run up the middle on his own, following Blakey, and now a first down carry and more. Up shy of the 50 to about the 48-yard line, it looks like from here.
47, yes. 48.
Isaac Adams on the stop for the Comets.
1st and 10 Blue Jays.
Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down to the 48-yard line. Johnson Creek's own. Trailing 10 now, 32-22, 3:06 to go in the 3rd quarter. Handoff right, Blakey gets yardage to midfield and nothing more as he is dropped on the play by Hunter White. Broadcast brought to you by Epic Construction. See Epic Construction for industrial or commercial building projects. Epic Construction, building quality, building trust, building a difference.
On the shoebox scoreboard, got Darlington up on Fenimore at the end of the third quarter, 28-0.
2nd and 8 from midfield. Hart's rolling back to pass, and he's on the business end of a subs.com sack. You know who you want to give it credit to. Lots of guys in the neighborhood. Ben Infield back there. Logan Roush.
Blue starts the ball career is up for a rock by River Sauer and Isaac Adams.
And Sauer and Adams back there too. That was the quartet. Brings up 3rd and 16. Back at the 42-yard line. Minute 55 to go, third quarter. Trips receivers far side, one to the near side. Hartz takes the snap, drops straight back to pass. Looks left, throws over the middle. That's going to be, incomplete. Great play defensively by Reed Weber, as I wasn't sure that he was able to knock that ball down. And had he not, that was going to be a touchdown for Hayden Wagner, I think.
That was a great defensive play. I mean, your hand is going up right where the ball is, and you're knocking that ball out of the way.
So now 4th and 16 is what the Blue Jays are faced with from their own 42. They'll line up for punt with Hayden Wagner, the junior punter, back at his own 25, will take the snap and gets a good one off. Fair catch called for, and then bobbled, but now down on top of it is Hunter White at the 24-yard line. That's where Potosi Cassville sets up offensive shop this time around.
And right now, really offensively, Potosi Cassville needs to show right now that touchdown wasn't because you were holding your heads down to get, where they expanded the lead. They got to show that this is what they're all about.
So Potosi Cassville from their own 24, leading by 10 again, 32-22. Receiver to the far side, edge under center, offset split backfield. Edge gives the handoff, coming near side, and now bumped ahead. Hunter White pushing the near sideline. No flags down, and White, a Northland Buildings touchdown of 76 yards.
76.
Holy smokes. Northland Buildings touchdown, Hunter White again.
76 on the scoring play.
So 76-yard run makes it 38-22. And the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club points after attempt forthcoming for Potosi Cassville.
That was a run where there were multiple players for Johnson Creek that could have had him, and they ended up just bouncing him off them.
Receiver far side, handoff up the middle. Is it Saar?
And one guy doesn't think he's in.
I think the officials are going to say no.
They're saying yes.
Saying he's in. All right. I don't know. The enter is not, but the 2-point run is good. I'm not sure who it was. It was Saar.
Yes, it was.
And that makes it 40-22. Potosi Cassville, 1:23 to go in quarter number 3. We're going to keep it right here. Burning through breaks with all this scoring. Broadcast is brought to you by Okies Market in Cassville. Check out Okies. They're your local Surefine food center, and they'll carry out your groceries too. Okies Market in Cassville. McCartney Corners. Visit McCartney Corners, Highway 133, Cassville, your 5-star dive bar for great food, great drinks, and great times. It's McCartney Corners.
They can call it a dive bar they want. I like McCartney's.
Yeah.
It's a fun spot.
Broadcast brought to you by... We're not going to discuss that during this game. Broadcast brought to you by Pages and Parcels, now open at 101 North Main Street, Potosi. It's your spot for books, unique gifts, and quick package ship services. Stop by to explore, ship, and discover something special today. The Pages and Parcels. 1:23 to go, third quarter, as the game faces slowed down a bit, but the action's picked up all at the same time. Here's a kickoff end over end and taken at the 10-yard line. Blue Jays looking for a return, a little too much dancing and less running, and Potosi Cassville is going to hold them back to just past the 20, about the 22-yard line.
So again, now this is a case where the Blue Jays have no choice. They have to respond. All of a sudden, you found yourselves down just like you were before.
So they're spotted at their own 22-yard line.
The negative thing for the Blue Jays is they don't have another halftime to recoup.
2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Again, Luke Hart, senior quarterback for Johnson Crick, and he's flanked by Owen Blakely, another senior in the backfield. And the handoff to Blake, that's Blakey. There's only one L in the name. He'll get rugby scrummed down after a short gain to the 25-yard line, so brings up 2nd and 7. After the carry by Blakey.
Actually, they're not marking it as far as I thought. They're looking at it as only a 2-yard gain.
Blakey on the carry. Gain of 2 on the play.
Thought he had 3 there as well. We're winding down at the end of the third quarter with just 45 seconds.
2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Hartz takes the snap, drops straight back, looks over the middle, now flushed out to his left. Now tries to step back toward the middle. Flags are down as he is swarmed under by the PC defenders.
Well, he had 3 receivers over here in the near side, and none of them were open. He had number 1 right over in here, Adam Smith sitting over here, kind of all by himself, and I'm surprised he didn't throw to him.
So it goes to the subs.com sack. Now the officials talking things over. Broadcast brought to you by Frederick Excavating. Put Jason Frederick and the crew to work for your next excavation or demolition project. That's Frederick Excavating of Potosi.
Well, this is going to be interesting because they're going over to talk to the Potosi Cassville coaches. Oh, there's a flag on the play.
I mentioned that when it happened.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah. Broadcast brought to you by Melby Funeral Home and Crematory. Platteville, offering a history of caring and understands each family is unique and will honor personal requests and traditions. Matt and Laura Melby, Melby Funeral Home and Crematory, Platteville.
Well,
the translator down there, what's going on?
you know, it's like the down marker just moved, and they were just on the 26-yard line roughly.
Holding has declined.
And there's a sack.
Subs.com sack.
Holding on the offense, the penalty is declined. Brings up 3rd down.
So 3rd and a bunch. And Hart's scrambling far side. He's running for it now. Back to the initial 1st down marker and slides up to the 25. And a lot of oohs and ahs in the far sideline.
They can ooh and all they want. That's the wrong stake you're cheering for, guys. You got to get the other one.
So another flag.
And this,
holding against the defense.
a non-pass play that's holding is a rare call.
So a Pink's penalty gets a fresh set of downs.
Now they just said a personal foul.
Oh. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line on a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty 1st down. 40-22 Potosi Cassville. The Blue Jays looking to do something that could be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Hartz takes the snap, going to run up the middle with it, and he gets very little, maybe a yard on the play, and we are at the end of the 3rd quarter. Potosi Cassville 40, Johnson Crick 22. 4th quarter coming up next on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Doing the 3. Potosi Cassville 40. Blue Jays 22.
Welcome back to Johnson Creek. Potosi Cassville outscored Johnson Creek 22-15 in the third quarter. Gave up the lead momentarily, but now up 40-22 as Johnson Creek has 2nd and 9 from their own 40 to start the fourth quarter. Jump pass to the left side. That's going to be complete for a Johnson Creek first down to Evan Malig. Malig down into PC territory and still on his feet until being brought down inside the 20. So a pass play of 40 plus yards.
43 yards.
Sullivan Auctioneer, Big Iron Real Estate first down. And they are in the Bitech green zone. 1st and 10 Blue Jays at the 17-yard line of Potosi Cassville, and the explosiveness in the second half just keeps on coming. Receiver to the near side, one to the far side also for Johnson Creek. Luke Hart's directing traffic. He will hand to Blakey, who goes straight ahead and is brought down pretty quickly. He ran right into the arms of Ben Infield, who gets up a little gingerly. Second and 9 from the 16. Trips receivers this time for the Blue Jays. Hartz, Blakey, and the snap goes to Hartz, and he will, or did it? No. And there's going to be a tackle. That's going to be a horse collar tackle call. That was Malig. So Malig on the carry. And the official's going to talk over the penalty.
Well, I think they're debating whether it is or it isn't.
We're going to talk to Tim Wagner. Broadcast brought to you by West End Salvage of Lancaster City Junkyard. Joe Krantz and the West End team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage Lancaster.
So they're saying that is a horse collar. That's a personal foul penalty. He did run the ball up to the 15-yard line for a gain of 1.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle on the defense.
It was a face mask and a horse collar. So we've got 1st and goal at the 8. 40-22, Potosi Cassville. Blue Jays at Johnson Creek trying to hold the home court and put up a fight here in the second half, and they certainly have to this point.
Oh, very much so.
2 receivers to the far side. Hartz takes the snap, handoff to Blakey, going right and getting inside the 5, still on his feet down to the 2-yard line, it looks like, where it's going to be 2nd and goal. Broadcast brought to you by Northland Buildings. For a quality Northland building built tough for the Northland, contact Joe Ryder, your local expert in quality Northland post-frame buildings. 2 receivers far side, that's the wide side of the field for the Blue Jays in the home blue with the white lettering. Numerals. Potosi Cassville in the traveling whites with the gold helmets. There's the snap. Quarterback keeper this time as Hartz. I haven't seen a signal yet from an official. I think he's going to be down at the goal line.
I'm expecting him to call it.
Yeah, now they call it a Northland Buildings touchdown. With 9:42 to go in the game, Hartz with the 2-yard keeper. Makes it 40-28. And the Blue Jays going to line up for 2. Receivers to the far side. There are a pair of those. Blakey to the right of Hartz out of the shotgun. There's the snap and the handoff to Blakey, and he will not convert. So the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club 2-point conversion fails. And we had have a score of 40-28, Potosi Cassville with 9:42 to play in the game. And we will be, we'll keep it right here, I think. I'll let you know, broadcast brought to you by Answer Toyota in Dubuque. They power our audio stream at superhits106.com tonight. Answer Toyota of Dubuque. When you are ready, head to Anderson Weber. Broadcast brought to you by Clare Bank and your 8 convenient locations. There are 8 convenient locations throughout southwest Wisconsin. They're yours too. They're proud to support our community events. Clare Bank, where they say we can do that, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center, and that's in Bloomington, by the way. Those are in Bloomington. And Hermson's Ace Hardware, bottom of Main in Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware, Bloomington, and Platteville. By Russell Law Offices. Here to be your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices, Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. R.G. Osterhaus, Wally Trouton with you, 9:42 to go. Start of the, we're in the fourth quarter.
You'll notice that they're not going to sneak an onside kick on them this time.
No, Super Hits 106.1 FM, KIYX, Sageville, Dubuque, and superhits106.com. And there's going to be an onside kick attempt. It's touched by the Chieftains and recovered by the Blue Jays. You were saying?
Well, they did it again.
So another onside kick. You seldom see him, and now we see two, and both work. So with 9:39 to go, 1st and 10 Blue Jays. They're at their own 44.
One of the secrets to an onside kick is you have to kick the ball hard. Even if it's going to bounce a lot, even if it looks like it's not hard, you'd have to do that because it's harder to handle.
Trips receivers far side. Hartz takes the snap, back to pass, play blown dead before it got going. Somebody moved early, left illegal motion against the Blue Jays. Broadcast brought to you by Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros of Brian's, the job done right. For unexpected dings to major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint. Lancaster. So they'll back things up, 1st and 15 from the 39. Trips receivers far side. They'll try to run the same play here, it looks like. Hartz takes the snap, drops straight back to pass, steps up, and he lost the football, and it is going to be recovered by Potosi on a Lancaster Dental Fenimore Smiles turnover, I think.
Well, that's 14-yard loss.
That was Isaac Adams, I think, who recovered the football. The quarterback lost it when he was trying to scramble out of the pocket.
It is.
Yes, it is a turnover and a Potosi first down. Potosi Cassville first down.
Is recovered by Isaac Adams. 1st and 10, Potosi Cassville.
So 9:29 now on the fourth quarter clock.
And giving Potosi Cassville an opportunity really to have the ball in good field position.
1st and 10 from the Johnson Creek 30. Receiver near side, edge the snap, handoff goes up the middle and still on his feet, must have been Sarr.
And that's for about a 6-yard gain.
That's not to insult any other Potosi backs. He just carries different.
Oh, he does. He's just different. And you know, as a sophomore last year, watching him run the ball, he just was different. Maybe that's one of the things that creates problems with teams trying to handle him.
2nd and 4 from the 24. Receiver to the far side for Potosi. That's Reed Weber. Offset split backfield slot left, edge takes the snap, and the handoff goes to the right halfback, and he will find real estate hard to come by as he gets a good spot, but is eventually tackled the 26. They're going to give him yardage down to, I think, the 23.
Now that's Hunter White. Not a lot of room
Pick up
in
of
there.
1. 3rd and 3 from the 23.
And one of the things you'll find, Potosi Cassville is going to use the clock all they can.
An update from Baldwin Woodville coming up shortly. Here it's 3rd and 3 from the 23 of Johnson Crick for Potosi Cassville. Split backfield edge, takes the snap, handoff up the middle. That is Saar for a first down carry inside the 10 as he gets to the 9. So a
14 yards on that scamper.
Into the Bi-Tech green zone. First and goal from the 9. The scoring update says Baldwin Woodville 54, Platteville 20 with too much time left in the 3rd.
That means it's a long way to go.
Uh-huh. A long way home for our broadcast colleagues, too.
Well, it's a long way home for a team that's not winning like that.
40-28 here. Potosi Cassville winning and trying to add to it with 7:17 to go, 4th quarter. Edge takes the snap, and he will hand off to the fullback in the eye behind him, but the flags came out.
Procedure.
So we'll have to do all over again. Broadcast brought to you by McNett Electric of Belmont. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help with your ag, business, or residential wiring needs. McNett Electric Belmont. So, first goal from the 14. Sorry, Wally.
One of the things I'm waiting to see is Coach Siegert comes up with all of these other different formations. I can't wait to see if he comes up with the stack I eventually.
Yeah, here's a bit of a pro set. Receiver to the near side, wide side, the far side of the field. Edge takes the snap, hand off to the tailback this time. That's White through traffic, and he's going to get through for a Northland Buildings touchdown. Have yourself a ball game, Hunter White.
Hunter White, the ball carrier, takes it in for Potosi Cassville touchdown.
14-yard run for White.
14 on the scoring play.
Makes it 46-28 Potosi Cassville. And they will line up. Point and flush Gun Club points after I formation this time behind edge. He'll pitch to the tailback. White halfback option pass is going to be to the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Who do you hook up with over there? It's Drew Richardson. So Richardson on the business end of that 2-point conversion pass. The Point and Flush Sportsman's Club 2-point conversion. (48-28). Potosi Cassville with the lead. 7:02 to play. Broadcast brought to you by Breckler Insurance Group. For all of your insurance needs, see Steve Lendowski of Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. For WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and at WCC-brands.com. The Highland State Bank of Highland and at highlandstatebank.net. By Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at coleacresgolfandgrill.com. Applied Micro, your computer networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville. See Tricia at Applied Micro and appliedmicro.biz. 48-28 Potosi Cassville. Darlington has defeated Fenimore 35-6 in the shoebox scoreboard. Potosi Cassville's ensuing kickoff. It is going to be taken at the 16-yard line up across the 20-25-30, and then a 35-yard line still on his feet to shy of the 40, the return man for Johnson Crick before the tackle was made by Zyler Carnahan.
And Dayton Schaff was part of that as well.
Blue Knights are turning the kick to the Blue Jays 39-yard line. Johnson Crick takes over. 1st and 10.
I'm expecting to see something as wide open as they can possibly get.
From their own 39-yard line, the Blue Jays setting up offensive shot, trailing 20 now. 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. They have spread the whole field. Hartz takes the snap, and he will run straight ahead. He's got just about first down yardage, but not quite, as he's tackled after about a pickup of 8.
That looks like about 8 yards on that.
Luke Hikes on the carry.
2nd and 2 at the 47.
Gain of 8 on the play.
Two receivers far side, one to the near side. Again, Hartz and Blakey in the backfield, and Hartz takes the snap, handoff. Blakey going straight ahead. He will get the first down and then get mowed under. Yeah, he needed the 49 and got midfield by the official spot.
Oh, and Blakey, the ball carrier.
Well, that was a second effort that gave him the first down. He was stopped short of it and just kind of trying to pull himself out of the tackle, lean forward enough to get it.
Sullivan Auctioneer, Big Iron Realty, first down for Johnson Crick. 48-28, Potosi, Cassville, 6:03 to play. Two receivers far side, one to the near side. Hartz takes the snap, keeps it after the fake handoff, goes left, shuffles ahead, and gets a couple yards down to the 48-yard line of Potosi, Cassville.
Got a couple yards on that.
Gain of 2 on the play.
They're trying to go with the stuff that has had some success before, and this kind of lulls you to sleep a little bit when you run to the inside, and then they'll pop outside.
Again, two receivers left, one right. Hartz takes the snap, and he will keep it running left, or running right rather, and he will be tackled for a Subs.com sack going out of bounds as he was tracked down by Isaac Adams.
And that ends up being a loss of 5.
Yep. So 3rd and 13, back to the 47. Johnson Crick's own. And again, they're up to the line quickly.
Well, they have no choice. They've got to do what they can. We're under the 5-minute mark.
Two receivers to the far side, one near side. Another back in the backfield this time, and he will get the handoff. That's Malig, and he will get back to the initial line of scrimmage into PC territory to the 49 and nothing more. So 4-yard pickup. We've got 4th and 9 in 4-down territory, and Johnson Crick with 4:31 to go.
A way you can tell if he's going to get the ball is he's lining up as an H-back. Usually he's fairly close to the line of scrimmage. If they're going to give him the ball, he gets back so he's just in front of the quarterback. And, you know, that way it's easier for Hartz to give him the ball. Now he's back up on the line on the far side or right behind it tight. The only way he'll get it now probably is in a pass.
Two receivers near side, and there's the handoff to Blakey going left, and he will get just shy of a first down, and it's going to be an over on downs to Potosi, Cassville. Needed 9 and got less than 8, maybe 7.
Now looks like he got 7, and that's Burnett.
So Potosi Cassville takes over with 3:56 to go and a 48-28 lead. And PC again takes over at their own 42. Here's a shoebox scoreboard update. They've gone final in South Wayne. Blackhawk Warren falls to Cashton 34-28. Big upset there.
That is a major upset.
Stratford's defeated Prairie du Chien 28-21. That was at Stratford, the high seed. Handoff up the middle here for Potosi Cassville. And yardage to the 45 for River Sar.
Still got 3 yards on that.
They've gotten to the 4th quarter at Baldwin Woodville, 61-20. Platteville Hillman trailing there. Here's 2nd and 7 from the 45, 20-point lead for Potosi Cassville, 3:20 to go, 4th quarter. Edge watching the clock tick down, waiting for the back judge actually. He's not watching the clock. He's watching the human clock, and now a flag comes down before the play gets going. Motion against Potosi.
I don't know what they did, but I'll tell you, it had to have been just a small flinch because I didn't see anyone move.
Ball down on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
So that turns this into a 3rd and 12 from the 40. 3:09 and ticking. That's the important part for Potosi Cassville.
Second down.
Second down. Thank you. Receivers left and right. Again, Edge will wait for the back judge to start counting. He does, and then the handoff goes up the middle. I believe that was Sar. It was. And he'll get yardage to the 45.
He's still got 5 yards on that, so it puts it down into a third and actually manageable.
Third and 7. And tick, tick, tick at 2:28 to go. Really fast moving fourth quarter, which is okay for a broadcaster to say with about the 2-minute mark. You can't say it at the midway point.
No.
But the third quarter.
Because then they really slow down.
That's right. Receivers left and right for Edge. Split backfield, a handoff up the middle. Sar with yardage to midfield. And
got 5 again.
Yep. So 4th and 2 at midfield. Minute 56 to play, and I don't know, a 20-point game. How do you do this, Coach, you think?
This is where you question, what do we do? Do we want to punt the ball or what? No. Run the ball.
Run the football?
Run the ball.
I agree.
And they are. Well, at least we expect them to run the ball.
Edge the snap, the handoff up the middle for Sar, and he gets the first down with under 90 seconds to play.
This time he gets 6 yards.
So Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, first down to the 44. And after some nervous moments in the third quarter, Potosi Cassville is going to advance on.
And now this is at a point, and I'm ready to say it now, with 1:10 to go in the game. I think they just punched their